Hi friends, welcome to our online learning video for the day. Today is Thursday, April 30th, 2020. First, we're going to go over our online learning rules. 1, we play and talk quietly. Even though we are not in the classroom, we are still indoors and we do not shout. 2, share toys and learning materials. Right now, you might be at home with several family members, and if they have to use the same toys or learning materials as you, remember to be kind and share with them. 3, clean up after yourself. When you have finished using your supplies, remember to put them back where you found them so that next time that you need them, you know where to find them. 4, be kind. Listen to your teacher and family members. We have rules to keep your body safe because we love you. 5, try your best. When something is difficult, we do not give up. We keep on trying. Morning meeting and morning message. Today is Thursday, April 30th, 2020. Good morning, Pre-K Superstars. Today is Thursday. Today, we are going to learn about groups of animals that lay eggs: birds, fish, and insects. Then we are going to do a science experiment. Love, Miss Guzman. Perfect. A few months ago, we learned a lot about animals, and we talked about several groups of animals that lay eggs, like birds, fish, and insects. We're going to review the story that we read in the classroom, and then we are going to do a project, an experiment about an egg that is going to change. All right, let's go ahead and get started with our letter of the day. Here is our letter. Look at it and think. What letter is this? Exactly, this is the letter N. And the letter N says N. N. Make the letter N sound with me. N. N. Beautiful. And now we are going to sign the letter N. When we sign the letter N, we put 2 fingers up and then 2 fingers down on top of our thumb. N. Very nice. Now I want you to think, who has a letter N? Do you have a letter N? Is it an uppercase N? Is it a lowercase N? Is it in your first name? Is it in your middle name? Or is it in your last name? Let's see. Ooh, I see that Trinity is the only person in our classroom that has an uppercase N. In her middle name, Lene. She also has 2 lowercase N's, one in Trinity and one in Coleman. And all of these friends have a lowercase n, small n's in their name. If you see your name on this video, pause and count to see how many n's you have in your name. You can also pause the video and see who has the largest amount of n's in their name, who has the most n's. All right, let's move on to our shape of the day. I want you to think, what shape is this? Exactly, our shape of the day is a heart. And our heart is pink. Perfect. I want you to look around your house. Do you see anything that is pink? Ooh, I see my headphone case is pink. It's a very light color pink. It's a little, there we go. You can see it right there. It's pink. All right, I hope you found something pink at your house too. And now we are going to look at our number of the day. Look at our number. What number does it look like? I see a 1 and I see a 9. What number do we get when we put these 2 numbers next to each other? Yeah, let's count all of our smiley faces and figure out what number this is. Remember, this is called a tens chart. So if our tens chart is all full, That means that there are 10 items inside. But we are going to count it anyways just to make sure that we really have 10 items here. This second tens chart is not all the way full. Let's count them. Count with me, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Fantastic job. We have 19 smiley faces. That means that this is the number 19. Okie dokie. Now we are going to sing our days of the week, months of the year, and then we will work on our calendar. Days of the week in 3, 2, 1, 0. Days of the week. 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 There's Sunday and there's Monday. There's Tuesday and there's Wednesday. There's Thursday and there's Friday. And then there's Saturday. Days of the week. 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 Nice job. I know that yesterday when I had a Zoom call with some of my friends, it was Wednesday. If yesterday was Wednesday, let's find out what day is today. There's Sunday and there's Monday. There's Tuesday and there's Wednesday. There's Thursday. Great job. Today is Thursday. Now we are going to sing our months of the year. Months of the year in 3, 2, 1, 0. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Come on, you try. Great job. Right now, it is still the month of April, but today is the very last day in the month of April. Tomorrow, it will be a new month. I want you to think, what month comes after April? January, February, March, April. May. Exactly. Tomorrow will be the first day of May. Right now, it is still April. It is April 30th. We figured out that today is Thursday. Let's go over our dates together. Today is Thursday, April 30th, 2020. Okie dokie, now we are going to sing the Kindergarten Ready song. Remember, I sing first and you repeat. Kindergarten Ready song in 3, 2, 1, 0. We do our work to learn. We work to grow our brains. We will be kindergarten ready. Awesome job. Today for our cheer, we are going to do the mirror cheer. Mirror cheer in 3, 2, 1, 0. Shh, 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 shh. Looking good, looking good. Nice job. Now we are going to read our story. I'm going to grab my iPad so that I have the words to read. And here we go. There are many different kinds of animals in our world. Even though animals look different from one another, animals that are alike belong to the same group. Remember, we've learned about groups of animals before. When they are similar, animals belong to the same group. A chicken, an eagle, and a goldfinch each look different. But do you know how a chicken, an eagle, and a goldfinch are alike or the same? They are all birds. There are many different kinds of birds, but all birds have wings they can flap. Birds are covered in feathers that keep their bodies warm and dry. Here are some different kinds of birds: the goldfinch, the eagle, and the chicken. They all belong to a group of animals called birds. And birds all have wings that they can flap to help them fly, and their bodies are covered in feathers. Yesterday, maybe 2 days ago, when I read you the story about how animals protect themselves, we learned that birds use their feathers to protect themselves from the weather. Their feathers keep their bodies dry when it rains or when they have to go swimming. All birds have 2 legs on which they stand. Birds have a special type of mouth called a beak. Beaks are hard and pointy. Birds use their beaks to peck, eat food, and drink water. Some beaks are long and big. Some are shorter and smaller. Here is the beak of a bird. They all have beaks. Some are long and big. Some are little. But all birds use their beaks to drink water, to eat food, and to peck on wood or on animals. Okie dokie, we're moving on. Birds lay eggs. Birds have to take care of their eggs until they hatch. When the egg hatches, a baby bird comes out. I want you to remember, we've talked about eggs before. Some babies grow inside of their mommy's belly. Other babies grow inside of eggs. Baby birds grow inside of eggs. Here is an egg, and here is the baby bird. It grows and grows and grows and grows. And when the baby bird is big enough, the egg hatches and the baby bird comes out. Birds aren't the only group of animals that have things in common. How are clownfish, goldfish, and sharks all the same? They are all fish. There are many different kinds of fish, but all fish have fins and tails. They use their fins and tails to swim through the water. Here's a goldfish, a clownfish. The clownfish kind of looks like Nemo, and a shark. These are all fish. This is a group of animals called fish that have tails and fins to help them swim. These body parts are super special to fish. All fish live and swim underwater. Some fish live in the ocean where the water is salty. It is called salt water. These fish live in the ocean. The water is salty, just like potato chips or French fries. When they have a lot of salt, they are salty. Some fish live in lakes, ponds, and streams where the water isn't as salty. They live in fresh water. Fish don't need air to breathe. Fish have gills that let them breathe underwater. Fish have an important body part called gills. Their gills are somewhere around their faces right here that help them breathe underwater. We need to breathe air. Remember, we've talked about this. Human beings need oxygen to survive. But fish can breathe underwater. They don't need to breathe in oxygen like we do. They have gills that help them breathe under the water. Birds and fish aren't the only groups of animals that have things in common. How are a beetle, a butterfly, and an ant the same? They are all insects. Insects come in all colors and shapes. They have 6 legs. Here is a beetle, an ant, and a butterfly. They are all the same because they are insects. That is their group of animals. All insects have 6 legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 legs. Okie dokie. Insects can look very different from one another, but they are all very small. Most insects are smaller than the tip of your finger. Most insects are pretty small, about the size of your fingertip. I've never seen a huge insect, only small insects. There are all kinds of animals. Some animals have things in common and belong to special groups. Some animals are birds, some animals are insects, and some animals are fish. Remember, our groups of animals that we learned about today are birds, insects, and fish. Something that all of these groups of animals have in common is that they lay eggs. Their baby animals hatch from eggs. Birds lay eggs, insects lay eggs, and fish also lay eggs. All right, now I want you to think. What are unique characteristics of birds, of fish, and of insects? Think about their special body parts. What makes them unique? Think about where they live. Next, think about what they have in common. And I want you to specifically think about their baby animals. Where do their baby animals come from? Where do they grow? All right. Now, we are going to learn about our magic egg experiment. Today, we are going to start it, and we are going to finish it tomorrow during our Zoom call. For our magic egg experiment, you will need 1 raw egg, an egg that has not been cooked, a jar or a cup, and vinegar. To clean our egg later, we will need some soap and water, and we will need a writing utensil and paper to record our observations. But for the experiment itself, we only need vinegar, a jar, and an egg. We're going to read over our procedure, and then I will change our camera so that we can see what we have to do today. Step 1 of our procedure, gather all your materials. 2, place your uncooked egg into a jar. 3, fill the jar with vinegar until the egg is fully submerged. Submerged means that it is completely covered by the water. 4, wait 24 hours. That is a full day that we will have to wait. 5, take the egg out of the jar and gently wash it with soap and water. 6, gently bounce your egg on a surface. And 7, draw your observations. That is when we get to record what happens and we get to see our results of the experiment. Okie dokie. I'm going to change my camera and I will be back momentarily. Hi friends, I'm back. For our materials today, we need an uncooked egg. It is raw. It came out straight out of the refrigerator. I have not cooked it. And it wants to roll away. We need a jar or a cup to put our egg into. And we are going to need some vinegar. This is white vinegar. Okay, first we have to gather our materials. Second, we have to gently place our egg inside of the jar. I'm going to put it in slowly so that it doesn't crack. There we go. And now we have to fully submerge the egg in the vinegar. So I am going to open our jar. And the vinegar smells kind of bad, so be careful so that you don't make a mess. And I'm going to cover our egg until it is fully submerged. I think I need a little bit more. There we go. I'm going to lift it up a little bit so that you can see the egg is fully submerged in the vinegar. Now I am going to close my jar. If you're using it in a cup, then it's okay. You don't have to cover it. I'm covering it because I have actually, it looks like I need a little bit more vinegar. I'm going to put a little bit more, and then I am going to cover my jar. If you can't cover it, it'll be okay. I'm going to cover mine because it has a lid, but if you don't have one, your experiment will still work just fine. I'm going to cover it, and now the next step said that we have to wait 24 hours for our egg to change. So I will see you back tomorrow during our Zoom call, and we will open our jar, we will wash it, and we will see how it has changed. I'll be right back. I'm sorry, friends, before I move the camera, I want you to see the little bubbles that are forming around the egg. It is super cool, and it shows me that something is happening inside of our jar to the egg. It is super cool. All right, friends, I am back. Now we are going to make a prediction. A prediction is when we stop and think about what is going to happen. All right, I want you to think. What do you think is going to happen to our egg? We put it inside of the jar with the vinegar. Now what do you think is going to happen? We saw little bubbles growing around the egg. That means that something is changing. I want you to think. What do you think is changing? Next, how do you think our egg is going to feel when we take it out of the vinegar tomorrow? Do you think it's going to be squishy? Do you think it's going to be super hard? Do you think it's going to be soft or smooth? Do you think it's going to feel rough or spiky? Okie dokie. And I want you to write down your observations. What do you see? When we put our egg into the jar, I have it right here. When we put our egg into the jar, you can see some bubbles growing around the egg. You can draw that. And tomorrow when we take it out, we can draw some more observations and see how it has changed. Tomorrow, after 24 hours have passed, we're going to open our jar and see what has happened in our magic egg experiment. Right now, it is time for us to sing our goodbye song. We are singing our goodbye song in 3, 2, 1, 0. It is time to say goodbye to all my friends. It is time to say goodbye to all my friends. It is time to say goodbye. Give a smile and wink an eye. It is time to say goodbye to all my friends. Great job learning today. I am so thankful that you were able to watch this video, and I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we will be having a Zoom meeting. We're going to be able to chat and see each other for a little bit, and then we are going to open our jar and see what has happened in our experiment. If you try this experiment at home, remember that your egg has to sit inside of your jar for 24 hours before your egg has changed. Okie dokie, I will see you tomorrow. Bye, friends.